think there's a new kid on the block. Hello, welcome back to Jamie's Man Cave. And the Naughty and Nice Stout list continues for Christmas, and I found a supermarket Nitro Stout that isn't Guinness. And given the news recently about Guinness and its shortages and creating people panic buying and all sorts, this could be a little bit of a saviour. So it's Northern Rising, and it's a collaboration between Timothy Taylor's and Northern Monk. It's a draft stout. It's called Unity Stout, 4.4%. And on the back there, which I do quite like, it's called the Cream of the North. A collaboration between two of the North's finest breweries, resulting in a silky smooth Nitro Stout. Chocolate and roasted malts plus Timothy Taylor's signature Golden Promise malted barley deliver a full-bodied stout with hints of dark chocolate, subtle caramel, and an easy-drinking creamy finish. Craft brewed with northern pride and swirling with smooth, dark and malty flavours. Best served as cold as the north. And at the moment, it's pretty bloody cold. 4.4%. Timothy Taylor and Northern Monk, both independent breweries, and interesting to see this in a supermarket. So I was in Morrison's. I nipped in to see if they had any stouts that we could review for the purposes of the Naughty or Nice Stout list. So far, we've done the sort of big 500ml traditional stouts, like the cask type stouts that you might find. I wasn't expecting to find another sort of nitro can, really. Interesting. Price was £6.50 for 4 cans, which is slightly more. It's like 25p more expensive than Guinness from my local shop. Guinness actually weirdly had a special offer on. I think it was like £8 or £9 for 10 cans, and you could get a free glass with it if you had a Morrison's More card. So considering that they're pushing that they are having a bit of a Guinness drought, I know they're saying that that's for pubs, and on draft is going to be the issue in the next week or two. And they're saying that it's not affecting cans, but obviously people are panic buying cans anyway, which is causing an issue. But then if they're going to put offers on, or I don't know, is it them or is it the supermarkets that put the offers on the cans, then people are going to buy more anyway. And then that creates more of a panic buy and the cycle of people thinking that it's going to be a drought. So I don't know. I put on Twitter the other day that it smells a bit fishy to me. I think if you drive the numbers up in terms of the demand, then that means that supply then goes up, or you drive the numbers up in terms of what you expect for the supply. The demand then increases, and then before you know it, you've got something that they could charge £15 a pint, and people are probably going to pay it, or some people are. So I think what I'm saying is, finding this is come at the right time, and it's a bit of healthy competition. And if this is sort of nationwide in Morrison's, I'm not sure how sort of wide branching Morrison's are. It could be the perfect opportunity for people like Timothy Taylor's and Northern Monk to capitalise. So as we're saying, it's £6.50 for the 4 cans. It's the same price as the Camden Stout, which was also on the shelves in there. Same size can, same price. There we go. Let's get it in the glass and go for it. So it says invert and pour hard, settle and enjoy. For those out there that like to trash the hard pour, the instructions are on the can. Could be a fizzer. Oh, we're good. We're straight up with it. Hey, it's looking good so far. So I really like the can art and branding. I mean, they all seem to go for, oh dear, I was getting close. They all seem to go for that similar sort of colour scheme, don't they? The sort of black and gold, or with a bit white or cream mixed in. But yeah, it's interesting. It kind of like you kind of got the northern monk sort of imagery there, but then that sort of logo is pretty. I would say it's pretty traditional looking. Looks good. I like it. I do like the cream of the north logo on the back. Interesting. And so we'll get into that in a second, but it is just settling. Big head. So with all this, like what I'm doing here for the naughty or nice stout list is to give us accessible and affordable options that we can stock our cupboards up with, stick in the garage for either guests visiting that you know like a stout, or for us as stout lovers in the wintertime and especially around the Christmas period. So, I mean, I know you can go and get a pack of 10 Guinness and stick it in the fridge or whatever. But we're venturing out and we're trying other things. And the idea is it supplements um, the indie order or the craft beer order that you might get around this time of the Christmas beers and the stouts. It supplements that in a bit more of a wallet friendly way. That's the idea. I was considering going in and doing an online order for some nitro cans of the Anspach and Hobdays London Black Porter. They do it in the can. You can get it direct from them on their online shop. Or I was considering trying the Titanic Nitro Stout, or even the Belhaven Black and Belhaven Brewery up in Scotland do a nitro can. Lots of places are doing these nitro cans. They can work out a little bit pricey, obviously, if you're comparing them to supermarket bought Guinness. It will be a little bit more pricey. But this one, just because of the fact that I can go a couple of miles down the road to Morrison's and find it there, if it tastes good, it's going on the list. And I will stock up at Christmas for it next week. Right, let's have a go. Little bit of dark roasted notes going on. Tiny bit of dark chocolate. Not a lot of it, much else coming off on the nose. Let's have a taste. Ooh. I think there's a new kid on the block. That's tasty. It's light. So, dark roasted notes, tiny touch of sort of caramel, maybe that dark sort of caramel, not dark, but the burnt kind of caramel flavours, but then it's got such a sweetness. Roasted malt, a little bit of dark chocolate there, a little bit of coffee that's gives you a slight bitterness twang on it. But then it nicely dissolves away. I mean, it's not thin in terms of like you can't taste anything. It's there, but it just kind of subtly dissolves away to leave you wanting another mouthful, I think. Which I'm going to do. Little bit of the sort of green earthiness of sort of cacao nibs, but not too overpowering. When I did the Brewdog Black Heart, I felt like that was too much of a flavour coming through, and it tasted very sort of green and earthy, and it wasn't for me. The flavour's in there, but it's subtle. It's good. Yeah, I'm impressed with that. I was hoping I would be, to be honest, because I quite like what they've done with it. I quite like the breweries themselves that have made it, and the fact that it's affordable and accessible is a huge part of the appeal, isn't it? So yeah, uh, really pleased, impressed with it. Looks good in the glass. I'm glad that it's local. It's tasty. Does the trick. Yeah, pleased with it. 4.4%. It's on the list. Absolutely. So if they do a pack of 10, I would pick this up. Yeah. Um, it's going to definitely be stocked up in the garage. Next time I go Morrison, you watch now, I'll go to Morrison's and it'll be sold out. But I'll be picking it up, stocking up with it. Yeah, interesting. I wasn't thinking that we'd get a Nitro Stout on this particular list because I just thought the accessibility, if you're going to have to go to individual breweries to go on their shop, which is absolutely what you should be doing, especially if you want to support indie. That's what you should do. But it's difficult sometimes. It can cost more. You've got to wait for delivery. You might not want to take the risk if you've not tried it before. You don't know you're going to like it. You know, it's much easier while you're there doing your Christmas shop or putting your picky bits in the trolley to grab a box of Guinness and just chuck it under the trolley, isn't it? And then stick it in the garage. You know what you're getting. It's there. It's affordable. I get it. I would, I would do that as well, probably as well as ordering stuff like this. But the fact that this is, you can pick it off the shelf in Morrison's, I think that's a good thing. Um, Even better that it's northern for me personally. Yeah, brilliant. Go and try it. I'm sticking it on the list. We're almost done for the Naughty and Nice Stout list. We might have one or two extras just to put on as special mentions, maybe. But that's going to be our accessible and affordable stout list. And yeah, Christmas brews as well. I'm sure to come reviews on the channel. And I will see you in the next one. Cheers.